Hey, once again, thank you for joining. Uh, Once again, my name is Adile Kelechi, the SAP consultant. Um, for all those who have liked, shared, and subscribed to our channel, I want to say thank you. For those who are yet to do so, kindly visit my YouTube channel. Um, just searching my name. If you want to get more details about training, certification, and everything you need to know about SAP, kindly reach me out. You can send me an email or you can do me a WhatsApp on the phone number on your screen. So you're welcome to another session. Today we're going to look at a fairly um, important topic, especially for the end users, to be the essence of your line item, because the topic for today is the customer line item using the transaction code FBO5N. The purpose of a line item is to actually help you navigate through your customer accounts to enable you get more detailed information about your customers. And it's very, very important that you understand this basic report, and which will help you navigate through the history of the transactions you have had with your customers, the payments that have been made, the payments that have been cleared, the payments, the invoices that are open, and how to also get to see invoices that are due, invoices that are blocked, how to export to other applications like Excel, and how to basically just find all the information you need about your customer line item. So let's go into the course now. Okay, so we have line item display FPL1N. Before we go into this, we need to go to our SAP to run this, but I guess when we do that, you understand the basis for this. Of course, you can recognize the table by your right, the picture by your right. So I'm just going to go to SAP and go to transaction code FPL1N. We're going to be using the company code MOON. So, like I said, FBL5N, ON is for vendors, FBL5N. Okay, so this is customer line item. The essence of this report is to be able to display transactions that have taken place with your customers, the line item being transactions from your invoices, your credit memos, and every other transaction, even from your down payment request. The essence is to be able to view into your customer accounts and get further details about that particular customer. Okay, so immediately you enter the transaction code FBL5 and it takes you to the customer line item display window. You have very tiny icons at the top. This is used for executing your transactions when you have entered all the necessary parameters. This is used to display your variant. Because in SAP, the essence of variant is to be able to save a format of your report such that subsequently when you come into the system, you don't need to enter the parameters again. You just select a format that you have saved, and from that format you can run your report. So for example, if I click, you're going to see the format I've saved. So you can just use that format and run your report. Okay, so your dynamic selection which is just the icon just after your variant, is used to add um, columns to your reports. These are actually designed at the ABAP side of SAP. That's the programming end. So if you want to add more fields to your reports, you have the options here. You can add customer data field, you can add the company code field, you can also add the documents field. So let's say I want to add fiscal year inclusive to my columns, my report. So just double click this, go to your documents, you're going to see the fiscal year. So the essence of this is that while you're running your report, these options should be available. If you're done, you can save this as a variant, like I said. So let's say this variant is Kelly. Then you can just save this. So if I'm displaying my reports, I can actually, instead of going through entering this parameter, I'll just go to the Kelly that I've saved, and the report is fine. So just go back, get your transaction code again, go to variant, click on the variant. So this variant has the parameter for the fiscal year that I just created. Okay, so the next thing is to select the customer accounts you want to display in your particular report. Multiple selection gives you the option of selecting multiple customer accounts. If you want to just view for one, you can select a particular account. If you don't know the account, use your search criteria. Got this in previous session. Enter your company code and say OK. Then select for a particular customer you want to view. Okay, if there's a search ID, you can use that search ID. Now you have the item selection screen. We have open item, cleared items, and all items. Okay, the essence of the open item is for the system to display open invoices for this particular customer as at this date. That's the essence of the open item. For the cleared item, of course, clearing means matching payments and invoice. You can search for cleared item using a particular clearing date, or you can go to all item. All item will give you both open and cleared items in your search criteria. Also, you can see the different search type. So we're going to go back to our presentation. Okay. Let me just zoom this in. Okay, so you can see where we got that screen from. So we have the type. So let's see what those type actually represents. Of course, your normal item are normal transactions that you have actually posted your transactions with. So they are not special items, they're just your normal invoice and payment transactions. For the special GL, transactions, of course, they are not normal business transactions with your business partners. They are generally shown in different control ledgers and are grouped with normal transactions. They include bills of exchange, down payments, bank guarantees, provision for doubtful debt. So these are transactions that have abnormal postings to your GL. These transactions are posted through special GLs. So if you make such postings in your customer's account, you need to select a particular type of transaction called special GL. So if you do a down payment, if you do a bank guarantee, outside the normal item selection, you also need to select a special GL for you to be able to display those transactions. If you don't select that option, it's going to only display the normal items, and you might be asking where are these transactions. So this icon is used to take record of special GL transactions like your down payments. The next is noted items. Now these are postings that are not displayed in your accounts but are only to remind you of outstanding payments due or to be made. Of course, an example of this is your down payment request. So these do not have any accounting effect. Rather, they are like set of reminders. So let's say, for example, internally before any down payment is approved, it needs to the owner of that business process have to actually make a down payment request. So that's an example of what we call noted items. So also, if you're running your line item to display noted item, you need to select the noted item box. The next is packed items. A packed document in SAP is a document saved but yet to be posted to the general ledgers. Okay, so let's say you're posting an invoice, and for one or two reasons, that transaction had to be put on hold. So what you do is to pack that transaction for subsequent postings to the GL. So at the time of packing that transaction, it is being saved. The document has been saved with a packed document number. However, it is yet to be posted to your GL. So in order for you to view line items for your packed documents, you need to select those options. Also vendor types, different types of vendors. Your list layout is important. Your list layout describes how your report format will look like. So let's go back to SAP. So that is explaining these various types in your search criteria. So I want to get this customer. I want to display line item reports. So I've selected all items. Also select this. If there are any of these transactions, the system should be able to display that for me. Okay, and I also have a layout. I've already created a layout. So click the drop down, you can see a lot of layouts. So depending on how you want your line item to display, you can choose a particular layout. So you can save your own layouts, teach you how to do that later. So I'm done. You can click on execute. So for this particular customer, you can see that the line item transaction has been displayed. First of all, you can see the status of the transaction. You can see the document type. You can see the document dates, the net due. You can see the clearing amount. You can see the document in account currency and the rest. Alright, so also noticeable is the status that shows red. Of course, red means that these are open invoices or payments that are yet to be cleared or matched. Either payments have been made but they're yet to be matched against an invoice, or invoices have been made and payments have not been made. So these are just open invoices or payments. The green indicates cleared invoices with of course with their payment counterparts, and you have the various document types. Okay, so basically this is very important for you to be able to display your line items. Okay, so if you look at the various options just above your screen, if you want to, these are just line items, but you can drill down further to get details of this line item. So you can just either select this and use this display documents icon. So you click on that, and or the other option you have is to actually just double click on the line item It's actually going to drill down into the reports and give you further details about this particular line item. The next icon there you have is change. Okay, so this has been displayed. So you have the amount, you have the tax number, you have the tax code, you have the due on, you have the payment block. So you can see now that this transaction is blocked for payment. So if you want to check the status of your line items, whether they are blocked, you have to actually drill down into the report, which is your display document, to see the status of the payment status for that particular line item. At the top, you can also see the GL account, the reconciliation account. You can see the document numbers, the document number for this particular document that was posted. Also, to drill down further, if you go to the icon here called call up documents, click on call up documents. This will give you the postings to the GLs. So you can see the accounts that were debited and credited for this particular transaction. You can see the posting keys. We're going to go into details about posting keys and document type in our next class. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel and subscribe accordingly. You have the GL account, the customer account, you have the description of the customer, and you have the amount, you have the tax, you have other options. Okay, if you go back just once, and click to drill down, then you have this icon here. We call display document header. Of course, in our previous class, I've told you that documents are created in two parts, the header and the line item. So let's go to the header document to see the information. So at the header document, you can see the document type, you can see the currency, you can see the reference key, which represents your invoice. You can see the person who made the entry, you can see the entry date, you can see the transaction code, you can see the change, if there was any change. So this gives you basic information and details about this particular document. So there is no issue about who posted, when it was posted, the time is there, and every other thing you need. Okay, you can go to additional data to see additional information or data that is not available at the header level, but you also still want to see more. You can see the special GL that was posted to, you see the group currency in Euro, you can see the hard currency in USD, because difference is an exchange rate. Difference has to do with the exchange rate between the two currencies. So that's that. If you want to change these documents, you have the icon here, change. Click on change. So you see it's changed. You can actually remove this payment block and free up this document for posting. You can assign a payment method. You can assign a text. Of course, this document is down payment received. So you can just assign a text. Enter. And you can also assign. Now, the essence why we did not have this assignment number, I just want to show you something very brief. Okay, I think I'll do that when we run the main analysis. I would show you how the system generates this assignment number using your master data. So let's go to FK FD01, FD02, 3, display. Okay, so while that is coming up, you can actually save this document because we have actually made a change. So this is actually taking its time to save. Okay, so we can display this. It's already up. It's picked up the last only because we're working on this customer, so it has picked it up. Click on OK. Just want to display. So I want to show you the importance of what we call the sub key. It's necessary option if you want your document to actually carry an assignment. Very, very, very important. Okay, so that's saved. You can see we can't see the text because our display still needs, we still need to add some more columns. So I'm going to, if you want to add more columns to your report, you have the option here, called change layout. So this is a layout, you want to make some changes. Change layout, click this option here to sort this alphabetically. So I can scroll down. I want to see assignments. I want to see description. So I want to see posting dates, posting key, and sort key. So after selecting now, this is the columns that are already layout that's already existing. These are the hidden fields. So I want these hidden fields to be able to come to the layout that are already existing. So I have to select any of these options, use this arrow here. So what I'm trying to say is that these fields are already open here. These ones are hidden. So I want some fields here to be able to be displayed in my already open field. So I've selected them, use this arrow to push this in. See, so they have come here. Click on copy. So you see I have the extra fields, I have the assignments, I have the posting date, I have the posting keys, I have the sort keys, right? So now the essence of this assignment, how does the system actually derive this assignment? So we're going to see that in the Jiffy. Okay, so we can also sort. So let's say you have a lot of transactions here, and you're actually looking for one document number, or just want to see transactions that happened within a specific day. Let's say in the month of 1st to 30th of August. So just click on this header in your column. Use this option we call filter. Then let's say filter your dates. It's 2021, 30th. So this is, so okay, so it will pick out all transactions that fall within that document date. Because my due date is what I selected. Okay, so if you want to refresh, take it back to the previous page, go to list and click on refresh. So it's going to bring it back, and of course remove the things we added. So I'm going to add those things back, but this time I'm going to make it permanent by saving it in my layout. So assignment. Let's go here. posting key. So invoice reference. I've done. Copy. I have to save this layout. So I'll actually go to this icon, say save layouts. But I want it to be on this already existing layout. So the layout is already picked up. It's user specific. So I take this and I say save. So it's going to override the already existing one. So it's fine. So here you can actually add more columns to your report. So we have filtered. You can actually, get your document date by sorting in ascending order. So it picks it from the earliest down. 2021, 2020, 2021, arrange it according to the date. By descending order. So go to list and refresh. Takes it back to the previous session. You can also do a summation. Okay, let's say by document number. I should say this. Do a subtotal. The subtotal based on various posting dates, various document numbers. So it's done the subtotal, and subtotal and group transactions according to the document numbers. Okay, the next we're going to do. Okay, so let's see. Now, how does the system generate its assignment numbers? Like I said, let's go back to window so you can see this. The system gets the posting dates, the reference, the document dates from your invoice document. So all the informations in the header document, you can actually see them displayed in your line items. So the essence of this is to see how does the system generate these informations from which you actually displayed in your line item. So these informations are generated from your header documents. So it picks those data and it displays it for you. So it just is a pictorial diagram showing you how this actually works. Let me expand this view so you can see how the system derived this data. In case you're wondering how the system pulled out this information, you pulled it out from your documents. This, for example, is a display document. Of course, I was cutting from an invoice. Let's see the next screen. This is an FB60 document. Of course, things like your reference keys is gotten from the details part of your FB60. Your sort key, which generates your sort assignment, is gotten from your master data. And so much more other information. So the essence of this is to be able to appreciate how the system derives the data it gets from your, how it populates your line item report, gets this information from your data inputs in your configuration, in your postings, especially from your invoice documents, from your master data assignment. Okay, so let's see one very important key, which we call the sort key. So I'm just going to display this document into company code data. The sort key actually helps to provide your line items with the necessary assignment needs. So, for example, this sort key here says document number and fiscal year. So, of course, in your assignment, you should see document number and fiscal year. This is document number 000028. The fiscal year is 2021. So the essence of this is to see that the system uses the sort key from your master data to populate your assignments in your line item. It's very, very important so that the master data creators will actually understand that this sort key is important. If there is no sort key for a particular customer, the system is not going to generate this line item. And if it does, there will be no trace of this transaction. For example, these transactions here have no sort keys. Okay, so how do we save this document in case you've been asked to export this? You can go to list, you can go to exports, and you can select your spreadsheets or word processing. Or you can save it in your local file. When you go to spreadsheet, this will export this report in your Excel format, and you can be able to use that to process your transactions. Okay, let's see if we have anything. Okay, in our next session, we're just going to be looking at some standard transactions. We're going to be making full payments, we'll make partial payments, we'll do document reset and clearing, reversing uncleared invoices, and do manual clearing. So thank you for finding time to hook up to this. Remember, for today, what we learned was understanding the customer line item. We looked at displaying your customer line item, the very important information. We looked at displaying we try to compare the report formats. We learned how to save our layouts, how to drill down into our reports, how to export to other files. And because in our next session, we are going to be also looking at some reports, very important reports, and we'll call that today. So thank you very much for joining in this session. Remember, you can, for more videos and for more updates for trainings, please visit my YouTube channel. Also, if you require support, trainings, certification, anyhow, any information you need about SAP, why not? You can give me an email at adelekilechi739@yahoo.com, or you can WhatsApp +2347034813335. So thank you very much for your time. Remember, we're going to look at some standard transactions, and also next class we're going to look at vendor master data. Thank you very much, and you have